You guys, what is going on with the K-pop world right now? Left and right, people are being accused of school bullying, and it's going crazy because there's so many accusations. You know I have a lot to say. Now, are school troubles different in Korea versus America? And which one is more scary? Korean schools or American schools? Is there even like a difference? I know I look like a hot mess right now, but I'm gonna be doing my makeup as I talk about this because Yes Style just sent me a whole bunch of goodies in order to know how to look cute with a mask on. Now that you guys are in online school, is it better because now technically you don't have to go in and maybe you're not being bullied by kids anymore because you're not physically seeing them?
Wow, I would have loved to be in the pandemic when I was in middle school.
So I don't have to see my bullies every day? Oh my god, that would have been like the best thing ever. I already have this one, so I'm gonna start off with this one, which is a blue eye patch with a little spatula. Woo, feels so cooling right now. So this whole bully scandal blew up not too long ago because of top volleyball players in Korea. They're a top national female volleyball team and they were really popular actually, and they're twins. And some people have been accusing online of them being a very bad school bullies back in their school days, and they confirmed that it was true. And basically they were kicked out of the team temporarily and they will not be going to the Olympics because of the scandal. Now some of you guys might say, well, it's been like years ago. They're like in their 20s, like middle school, high school was like a couple years ago. Why would this be a trouble? And the national volleyball team saying that they made this decision because they do not tolerate school bullying. Then it started a train of bullying accusations to actors and actresses. We have famous actors. We have actress Park Hae-soo, who is in the midst of being a lead role in a drama right now, which is a big deal. People have accused her of being a very bad 선배, which is a senior, yelling at the younger ones, throwing lunches, grabbing girls by their hair and making them do horrible things, and it led to cancellation of promotions. She has denied, saying that all of this is not true, that they're just kind of picking on her because now she's pretty famous. And then it led to the train of accusing idols, singers. We have 17's Mingyu, Luna Chu, G-idol Soyeon, G-idol Sujin, the boys Sunwoo, and even Stray Kids Hyunjin. Now the problem here right now with the netizens is that there's people that are accusing this left and right. So how do we know this is true or not? In cases like G-idol Sujin that's been blowing up, supposedly all these victims had evidence. The evidence that they submitted was that they went to the school of this person. She has been accused of being a bully back in the middle school days. She's the one who spoke out, and she's the victim's siblings. And she claims, Sujin would call my sibling and my sibling's friend to the bathroom and make them slap each other and would send group texts saying that my sibling is a loner and an outcast. Her image on TV is disgusting. My sibling had a hard time daily whenever they heard a G-idol song. Since everything I'm saying is true, I am not scared if they sue me. And there's other people that came forward claiming that she stole school uniforms, stole money, stood outside school gate and demanded that 선배, which is the seniors, were collecting money. Now this victim said that she had to move away schools because of this as well. And she also said that Sujin was underage smoking and drinking and hung out with older guys in motorcycles. I personally have to take away that hanging out with older guys in motorcycles, which you shouldn't define someone because of that. Sujin came forward and said that it is true that she retaliated when she was younger, as most kids do. And she claims that A and her younger sibling were all once friends and they were close, but one day due to an argument they had, it ended up not being friends anymore. She also denies other accusations of riding motorcycles, stealing uniforms, and etc. Now in the case of Luna's two former friend claims that once they were friends but drifted apart and started cursing at her and started rumors. And G-idol Soyeon is also accused by a former friend, basically saying that they had a falling out and Soyeon kind of acted as a bully after that. Now remember all these cases because there's similarity, and in the case of actress Park Hae-soo, who is accused of acting as a bad 선배, a senior, yelling at the younger ones, throwing lunches, grabbing girls by the hair, making them do horrible things. Alright, I'm gonna go in with the Shabam Shabam palette. I love this palette. I already have it in a different color. They have matte colors, glitter colors. It's an amazing palette. I feel like there's a little bit of difference between the idol ones that came afterwards versus like the Hanyesu and the volleyball players situation. It seems like they're being straight up accused of being a bully, being a higher seniors who bully the lower ones, versus the idol ones that we talked about right now. I personally feel like it could be just a lot of friends from the past where you have animosity or a friendship falling out into school bullying. And I think personally, there's a fine line between old drama versus actual bullying. So how can we differentiate and stay neutral until there is a full story or there's more evidences? I want to know from you guys in your position, do you think that old school drama and having friendship falling out should be considered bullying and should be considered like a controversial thing? I mean, you guys who are in school right now, don't you guys have falling out with some friends? I mean, don't you guys also fight with each other? Now that being said, of course, stealing money, you know, pulling someone's hair and being a really bad sunbae, the senior, is not okay at all. To mentally torture someone, that is absolutely not okay at all. Let me tell you one of the biggest thing about American school and Korean school when it comes to bullying is that in Korea, you can't really use a race card. Like, you can't be really racist bullying someone because in Korea, 99% of the people in Korean schools are Korean. But in America, when I was growing up in American schools, that was the #1 thing that I had trouble with. Kids being racist. And that was one of the biggest mental tortures that I went through growing up as an Asian. I kept it all to myself, but these girls would come running down the hallway, calling racial names, calling me out. They spread the rumors to the whole school, telling me not to be friends with anyone. Just like how like there's some accusations right now where they spread rumors, these false rumors to the whole school. And I know how that feels because that happened to me. When I would be walking down, these girls would laugh, target me because of what I was wearing, what my hair color was, what my race was. And this one particular girl, I still remember her name, and her name's Allison, first of all. I even remember her last name, you guys. That's how still remains with you even after years. Even now that I'm older, I still remember her face, her name, exactly what she's done to me. But then again, you know, like I look back and I'm like, it's a growing process, you know? And now it's different for males as well. I have a male friend that grew up in a different part of America. Like, he was one of the only Asians in his school, he says. He went to the hospital because of such bad, brutal, physical bullying. Bullying should never be tolerated. And do I believe that people who are actually main bullies should be prosecuted, should be ashamed later on in their life if it hasn't caught up to them? Absolutely, absolutely. But also at the same time, do I forgive them? Of course. You know, it was a learning experience for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, and it shaped the way we grew up. But I want them to acknowledge, apologize. Not apologizing to their fans, but to their victims. Apologizing, saying that I'm sorry for what I've done, I was young. And I hope that by them doing this, will teach other kids right now at this moment to never do something like that and hurt other people. So #1. In Korea, school is a lot longer than in America. Now in America, usually you go to school, you know, you finish at around 2-3 p.m. and then you come home and then you play games and then you do whatever. But in Korea, school life is so different. For most of the kids, you finish school, I don't know exactly what time, like 3 p.m. let's just say, and then people go to hagwon. Hagwon is after school learning academies that your parents pay for, and you go, especially during midterms and finals and SATs and stuff like that, Korean SATs. Students come back to school and stay at school until like 11-12 p.m. It's crazy. And even after that, I had like cousins and family members after school, like 11 p.m. they would go to another hagwon, another school academy, stay there till like 1 or 2 a.m. do homework and literally go to sleep at like 3 a.m. and then wake up and do it all over again. And because of school pressure, there's already a high rate of suicide among students. On top of that, you have school bullying. And the main difference in Korea is that you have something called the sunbae and hube thing. Sunbae is a senior and hube is the younger classmates. So with the mentality that you have to listen to your seniors, what happens? You usually don't tell people that you're being bullied because it's your seniors. It's because the hierarchy system that they have. So if you don't listen to your sunbaes, you're going to be targeted as a youngster who don't like to listen, and you're going to be targeted by like every sunbaes that's in that clique. There's awfully a lot of cases of seniors taking lunch money from the younger ones, and you being targeted by seniors could be a very scary thing, especially at that age. But my mom would tell me that, you know, in her middle school and high school days too, like she would have sunbaes, the seniors come and like criticize her if her skin was too white, meaning these seniors will come up to her and say like, do you have makeup on? You're not supposed to do that, take it off. And you see in Korean dramas all the time, if the seniors ask you for your lunch, you gotta give it to them or you have a problem with the whole whole clique. Now, one thing I found really great about Korea is that if you are severely bullied and you gotten things stolen and things like that, you could actually prosecute them and they actually go to court for this. And like there's a whole video documentary about it. Anyway, at the end of the day, do I think there's a difference between Korean and American schools when it comes to bullying? Of course not! Bullies are everywhere in the world. It's a human problem, not a country problem. And they want to pick on people because of their insecurities. Whipping out my Kiss Me mascara, affordable and amazing. And I want to know how school violence is taken care of in your country. Do you guys have like courts? Is there high rate of racism in your country? So I would love to know. Do you forgive your bullies? Do you think bullies should be forgiven? And do you think all these celebrities that's been accused, rather for school drama, rather themselves being real bullies, do you think they should be canceled? Do you think like their drama should be canceled because of what they did in the past? I'm trying this new eyebrow pencil by MOLY. This is called the Lovely Eyebrow Pencil in black. Okay, that being said, we do have to take into consideration that all these blogs, like I said, could be written by anyone. So we don't know what is true and not. And we're probably gonna have a lot more people coming up and accusing people. So what do you guys think? Even with the mask on, my eyes are shining, especially with the glitter and the really neutral colors that I have. Love this bow that I have, and I think I'm just looking super cute today. More goodies from this box. I have the Bigamsu The Face Rice Water Cleanser. I've used this a while ago and I really love this. So if you guys want a nice rice cleanser, there's a couple eye creams that I've got. This one is from Milky Dress Wrinkle and Whitening Eye Cream. Pyongyang, ooh, this is a really nice brand as well. This is my favorite choice, Dear Claire's. I've tried everything from Dear Claire's and all of their skincare is really nice. These are steaming ice masks, you guys. Put it on your eyes and it puffs up. It's so weird. It's like a little puffy marshmallow that happens. Steams, meaning like your eyes feel actually like pretty moist. And it just gave me a really nice relaxations at night, especially if you're on the computer all day on your online classes. So let me know what you guys have thought. Thank you guys so much for watching.